This next recipe is one of my favorites because I really love white chocolate. So I'm making for you a white chocolate blondie, which is a brownie, but just made with white chocolate. And it's so good. And then I'm going to add extra white chocolate to it to make it even sweeter, but it goes so well with this tea-infused raspberry wine. So in my bowl, I have 1 stick of butter, and I want to put in 8 ounces, so a half pound, of just a white chocolate bar. Just any kind of white chocolate bar, or you can use white chocolate chips if you'd like, but the bar actually does work a little bit better in this recipe. So let's just break all those up. And then I'm going to stick this in the microwave for about 2 minutes, stirring every 15 seconds until it's all melted through. And I'll be right back. So I have my butter and I have my chocolate all melted, and it just looks like butter in here. So to that, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. Let's just mix through. Just that classic creaming recipe that you do with all brownies and cookies. And then I want to add a couple of eggs, one at a time. There we go. Nice rich egg. Let me go ahead and break this one so it's ready. All right, just break up that yolk, really whip it in. And then let's add the second one. Now, as you add these cold ingredients, everything's going to seize up just a little bit, which means that it's going to get tighter. You can kind of see that because it gets a little chunky in there. Just keep whipping that in and the chunkiness will go away. But that's what happens when you add cold to hot butter. Okay, ooh, that's beautiful. Now it almost looks like lemon, like a lemon curd. Now we want to add about a half teaspoon of salt to this. And I like to add a little cinnamon. And the reason that I add cinnamon is so that it actually detracts from all the sweetness that comes with white chocolate, even though we're trying to make a sweet dessert. Just a little cinnamon can really balance out that flavor. So just sprinkle that right over top, and let's go ahead and whip that in before we add anything else. And then how about a teaspoon of vanilla? I love the smell of vanilla. And then I've got to add some flour. Little bit at a time. There we go. And this is about 2.25 cups. Now the great thing about this is it can be made in thin, almost wafery kind of brownies in a cookie sheet, or it can be made in a 9x9 pan. You can also put it in a 9x13 and it's going to be thinner. But I like mine kind of gooey in the middle, so I go by the 9x9. Okay, let's get all that mixed in. And I'm going to go ahead and finish mixing with my spatula here so I can get all of that flour out of my whisk. Now at this point, if you want, you can put in additional white chocolate chips. But this is just so rich the way it is. I can't imagine it with more white chocolate. All right, we've got it almost mixed in. And you can see now that it's come to the consistency of a brownie batter. It's not super thick, but it's not thin. It's not like cake batter, but it's not like cookie batter. So brownie batter is kind of in between that cake and that cookie. Now let's put this in our 9x9 pan, and then I'm going to put it in the oven for 45 minutes. I'll take it out of the oven, put another 8 ounces of white chocolate right over the top, pop it in for 30 seconds so it melts, pull it out and spread it around. This is so delicious. So I let it cool for a while, and then you just cut it into squares. But I have a really cute presentation I want to show you, because you can do different things with different recipes and make them your own and kind of make them fun. So here's what I did. I took my blondies and I cut them in circles so that I had these big circles, and then I just dipped it in white chocolate, and I'm serving it here with a little raspberry because this is a beautiful raspberry wine. But it's different than other raspberry wines. A lot of raspberry wines are very sweet. This particular one actually has tea infused in it, so it has a touch of tannic acid in it, which makes it very, very different. So let's give it a taste. Remember, this is a dessert wine. Wow, powerful. Very much packs a punch. So good. So you want to sip that in little quantities. Let that bottle last for a while when you get a raspberry wine. It's just really yummy. There we go. Now, let's just take our fork and just cut through that wonderful white chocolate. I don't want to chip it all the way off. I'm trying to cut it very gingerly. There we go. And we have, you can see the blondie. The texture is just like a brownie. It's very moist inside. So good, so good. Wow. The first thing I thought of when I tasted raspberry wine was, I have to pair this with white chocolate. What a combination. So good. I hope you'll enjoy it.